For the second video, working through the election results from the Butler County Board of Elections. And in the first video, I demonstrated using pivot tables to combine all of the precincts in each city, so we can look at vote totals in each city. And in the second video, we're going to combine pivot tables for the 2012 results with a pivot table for the 2008 results here. So we have something that makes it easy for us to compare between the 2 years. So go to the 2012 first, as last time. I'm going to delete this stuff on the top, so it just gets in the way. And data pivot table. So I'm making the pivot table for the 2012 results. And again, what I'm doing is I'm combining all the precincts in the city, so we can just talk about the cities, because talking about precincts is a little too small. No one cares or knows what precinct they live in. So city and township into the rows. And then for each city and township, let's find out the sum in each area of the votes for Obama, sum for Mitt Romney, who word is maybe running again, contemplating a 2016 run. All right. And I'm also going to bring in the total. And this total will be slightly different from just adding Mitt plus Barack, because it includes all of these third-party candidates that just got a handful of votes here and there. We might as well get it anyway. And I'm also going to get the, why don't I also get the number of registered voters? Now, as I mentioned before, registered voters does not reflect voter behavior on election day, and it's really just about the record keeping in the county, how many people the county thinks are registered to vote, and that number changed a lot between these 2 years because of actions by the Attorney General. All right. Okay, so now we have created this pivot table here on sheet 2, and I'm going to rename this 2012 pivot that summarizes the votes by towns as opposed to by precincts. Now I'm going to go, and I did that for 2012, and I'm going to go do the same thing for 2008. Edit. I'm sorry, data. So, and again, city or township. Now it's really important that we do this. The number of precincts is not the same in 2008 and 2012. Precincts are little small bureaucratic units for the Board of Elections, you know, for how they have where the polling places are set up. So the number of precincts is not exactly the same from election to election. The number of towns and cities is the same between these two elections. There were no new cities or towns added. So, as a result, when we make this list of cities, when we do this pivot table, well, we'll have something that we can match up with the other year's totals. So move Obama. Now McCain-Palin was the Republican candidates that year, so they're, you know, more or less comparable to Mitt. And then, oh, here's the total vote. We'll get that too. And the registered voters. Now, there are a number of different ways that you can combine worksheets or data from two worksheets to make a third spreadsheet. Because what we want at this point is, you know, if we want to be able to look at differences between between towns over the 2 years, which is great, it would be really helpful to have all this data on one sheet. And there are a number of ways you can do this. VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP are two tools that you can use to write formulas where it will pluck a value from one sheet and put it in another. But we're going to just handle this in the easiest way here, which is just by using some cut and paste. And we have to use cut and paste special, because that is the only way you can get an editable version of the stuff on your pivot table. So I'm going to start by, what is this? Well, let's start with our 2012 results. Put those on the sheet first, I guess. I'm going to copy this. Control C. Put it in a new sheet. Edit, paste special, and here I'm going to say values. And you'll see it gets rid of all that green stuff, that green formatting, and it makes it a lot easier for us to edit what we have here. And row labels, what that really is city or township, right? And the sum of Barack Obama, I'm going to say that is sort of 2012 numbers, right? Barack Obama 2012. Mitt Romney 2012. All right, so I labeled this to make it clear that it's 2002 data going through. Now we're going to look at our other sheet, and I'm just going to edit, copy, edit, paste special, values. Now, obviously, we don't need to have this in it twice, except it's a nice way to check to make sure that we actually lined this up correctly. So I'm just going to use this to spot check and make sure, you know, it has the same number of lines. You know, hypothetically, if they were sorted in different ways, they wouldn't line up when you pasted them this way. Because these are both in alphabetical order, and it's nice that Excel spit them both out in alphabetical order, but it didn't have to. You know, you line them up. But you do want to check and make sure that it works. All right, I'm just going to get rid of this one and call this Obama 2008, and so on. So you see now we have one sheet. That has both years on it, for each city. City results for both years. Help you look at change, look at differences. All right, over and out.